How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another NADCL showdown. Blue Pikachu versus Bermudan Singing Frogs, and we're already ready in the draft. Um,
Dun 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 dun.
talk about this draft. What do you think about this first pick ogre, Alex? You like it?
I
Hate it?
like it. You see this TB band coming out from Bermudan Singing Frogs. So
The
first base
Ryan
TB
Reese
band.
special.
I don't know if I'd be scared of a Ryan Reed TB. Maybe a Sammy Boy TB.
I think personally, Ryan Reese is the standout player for Blue Pikachu.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know. I think Auron's been around a long time with this team, and I'm not gonna say like he's a super flashy player, you know, because he's always playing these ogres and these banes, but
Oh,
he seems to be what the hell? It's a first.
that's a Stars Meepo.
Oh no! So they did not ban the Meepo, and Blue Pikachu is going to put him to the test, taking advantage of this stand-in.
Is it a stand-in or is it?
I think that's a official replacement.
Oh, it's an official replacement.
Yeah, I think
Yikes!
so.
So
Yikes.
make sure you're banning this Meepo because this is what this guy's known for.
We'll see if it works, though. I mean, you don't have to ban it if it doesn't work. I don't think they've picked it so far. Besides here, obviously. So we'll have to see if it works.
You know, if they didn't ban it first phase, are these guys really? Maybe they could have gotten away with it a little later. I don't know if this is going to pay off.
They absolutely could have got away with it.
Maybe he just saw the sports and was like, "I'm confident enough. We can win."
Meepo versus what they see Spirit Breaker see him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Is Meepo like particularly good versus CM or Spirit Breaker? I never thought
Nope.
it was. Like, I don't know. He's kind of they just like don't care. They're like whatever. Pick
They
it.
banned the Monkey. I think Monkey's probably one of the better mid matchups. You can zone him out the first two levels.
Yeah.
Team ban.
See the PL band come out from Bermudan Singing Frogs.
Also, heavily notable hero is Bermuda Singing Frogs. They really love this Spirit Breaker, and they're willing to first phase pick it every single time if you give it to them.
Yeah, we have seen them do that a lot. Interesting to see this PL band though, considering they already have a Meepo.
Maybe they have
Seconds
a.
remaining.
I don't know. I mean, you could have a PL and a Meepo, I'm sure. If they don't pick any counters. I mean, this CM is pretty good against both already. But yeah, it's definitely interesting to even think that they would pick a Meepo and a PL together.
Radiant team pick.
Vengeful
Is that
Spirit.
a core
coming out.
bench?
I think it's a core Spirit Breaker, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Whereas Venge is kind of single target. I don't know how I feel about it picking Venge into Meepo. It's like actually one of the worst heroes versus Meepo, I think.
10 seconds remaining.
Uh,
5 seconds
what do you guys think?
remaining.
Blue Pikachu's gonna be picking here.
Dire team pick.
Centaur Warrunner's coming out. I think that's a good pick for them. Gives them good disengage if Venge swaps someone in. Right away,
Drow.
Blue Singing Frogs take the Drow Ranger.
Oh,
So I think they might do a core, like an offlane Venge.
Yeah, that's what it looks to be, right?
maybe isolate one
Might
of
be
the Meepos.
offlane CM is more prevalent, I think. Right? Like the Forev style drums, drums blink CM. I think that might be a little more
10 seconds.
maybe standard, I guess, for Bermudan Singing Frogs.
5 seconds remaining.
Could be. The Drow? I don't know how I feel about the Drow into the Meepo.
I think it's fine. That was not that bad versus Meepo. You do single target damage. If you buy Ags with the Maelstrom, it actually like shreds Meepo, like, every single one. And also the silence is really good. Silences all the Meepos. It's actually
But you have to get
not
an
that bad.
Ags Maelstrom, and that's not an easy task, especially when you're going to be laying against a Centaur +1.
That's true.
Dire team ban.
Okay, so they grabbed the Phoenix. I'm a fan of this hero, this game. Especially, I guess, more prioritizing the Supernova is going to be pretty easy to get off. But, you know, once CM gets level 20 and gets that attack speed, could be a different story.
I think it's also really good. You have your Meepo going in and you just laser him,
10
and you're healing all the
seconds
Meepos at the same time.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do? They have this
5
Meepo that's
seconds
just gonna kill
remaining.
them all, but if they don't focus the Phoenix, you can't kill the Meepos either.
Looking for these last picks, it seems both teams need a. I guess one team needs a carry, one team needs a mid. For Blue Pikachu, what carry do you think they're going to be looking for? And for Bermudan Singing Frogs, what mid laner do you think they're going to be going for?
For carry, they probably want a ranged hero to match with the Ogre. Um,
How does the TA do against Meepo?
okay. Rough mid game though. If he gets you, you just die.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah, but they got Swap, they got Spear Breaker, they got. I mean, they've got a couple ways of dealing with this Meepo, especially if he plays it more of that pub style. I haven't seen this guy play much of it in competitive, so let's see how he changes his play style.
For Bermudan Frogs, I'd be a fan of Ember, I think, this game.
Radiant team pick.
I think it's pretty likely they're going to take Ember. And they have, I think, one of their players really likes Ember a lot. He also plays a lot of weird heroes. So,
They
Are
last
you- are
phase
you-
banned PA.
Just for the
I think that's
drow.
just for the Drow. Yeah.
That's why they probably also banned the PL. They were setting it for the Drow pick from those
10
bans.
seconds
They
remaining.
wanted the Venge Drow. They like insta picked both of them.
5 seconds
They had a
remaining.
plan of how they wanted to draft.
They're going through some of their reserve time here.
Yeah, that's the last pick. They're probably gonna think about it. They're probably asking him like,
Dire team
you're playing against those two heroes.
Like
what do you want?"
Like and
I actually like this a lot. Not
Good versus
necessarily, but the CM Spearbreaker I think is a decent duo against the
Ogre.
Lycan,
Now select your heroes.
and the Venge even is okay. I mean, it's a lot of single target, but you have CM to take care of the Hod creep, and then you have Spearbreaker and Venge to disrupt the Lycan during his ultimate. But the Invoker, I like that a lot.
I think it was pretty good.
I don't know
think,
how it does mid though against me.
The lane's a little rough. It was fairly high damage. And once he's level 3, he can deny almost every creep. But it's not unplayable. It's definitely, I think it's a pretty Invoker pick. I still do like Radiance Draft way more though. I think they're gonna hit their like power spike. They're gonna hit this Meepo. He's gonna get his. Usually, I think he goes 4 Wraith Band in a blink and just runs around.
So does this core Venge you talked about in the offline. I'm not sure what they can really do to disrupt this Lycan's farm. I think he's gonna have a pretty good game.
I'm just scared. How do they deal with both this Lycan running at them and the Meepo?
And then and then the Phoenix on top of it. Just a lot of in your face. Not even to mention the Centaur.
Yeah, the Centaur, yeah. Pretty rough.
I think it's not that bad for the Drow Ranger. I'm more worried about this support pick. I think this Venge in combination with the Drow is definitely like way too greedy for my liking. I think you had maybe I don't want to say better, support hero, but like
I think it's an offlane Venge, like a core.
is it?
I think
I
it's
mean,
a
I still
core
don't
player.
like that. I just think you need a hero that has some sort of like jump. Like I think if they had an axe here, their game just feels way better.
Oh, yeah.
Than if they had like a Venge or something. Even like anything from like axe, Earthshaker, Tiny. Like there was multiple options. I think a couple of those were banned, but like something like that just gives them a frontliner that just can initiate on this Meepo and actually like do some havoc in these team fights. Would be really nice.
Do you guys have your own control over the camera?
Yes.
Is mine bugged? I don't have like a switch to free spectator.
Huh. Odd.
Should I be able to just move it for free?
Yeah. Well, I'm able to move it at least.
Can I like reconnect? Mine's bugged.
Here you go. The top's gonna be the Drow and the CM versus Centaur Phoenix.
Seems pretty evenish. I know people like to say, you know, gonna be like favored for the maybe the Centaur Phoenix, but
30 seconds.
Centaur actually like doesn't have very much armor at all, especially versus two ranged heroes that are gonna be clicking. Phoenix has like no armor as well, where it's gonna be kind of hard to trade into them, especially with CM being kind of a strong lane support, especially early. It's definitely not gonna be a easy lane for the Drow, but it's not gonna be too bad. And then, you know, on the other side of things, we have this Lycan and Ogre going up against this Venge Spirit Breaker. What do you think about that lane, Gunnar?
I mean, I don't think they can do damage to this Lycan. He's gonna get like 2 points in his E. He's gonna have 3 permanent regen. He has 6 tangos. I think Venge will maybe be able to farm, but I don't think he'll have a great game. The Lycan's gonna have just a dandy old time in the bottom lane, just hitting creeps.
Oh, we see Drow Ranger getting gone on by the Centaur already with a stun. Taking a lot of damage, die from Phoenix. Drow Ranger might get body blocked here by the Phoenix. He might go down.
The Phoenix is in trouble here. And he goes
Phoenix
down
is dead.
Excuse me. Drow
And he
salving up and
committed
juking on
to-
the Centaur.
Committed to skilling dive level 1. Which isn't so bad.
Centaur
Doesn't
uses all
even
his
have mana
mana.
to use the stun again.
He's stunned, I think, for the rune, and then he had a TP away. They kept chasing him, so he doesn't have a TP on Centaur. Bot, they're gonna go on the Ogre. Might go down, actually.
One more click. Yeah, there you
He's
go.
gonna
He
go
goes
down.
down.
I think he just overstayed his welcome. He walked too far up and just kept getting right clicks.
Yeah, for sure.
The Vengeance stun is still very strong.
I think this top lane could be really tough now that they have that start. I mean, already kind of the level 2 coming out from the Drow and the CM, where the Phoenix and the Centaur are still level 1. Alright, so they are almost level 2, but it's going to be really tough. They've used almost all their regen. Salve is getting popped by Centaur. The Phoenix,
Only
only has
has 2,
tangos.
yeah. Might be an issue.
There's also a big rune spawning. DD, if Sheer sees this DD, it could really help him in the mid lane. Even though he is top of the CS charts right now.
I think right about now is when this lane's going to turn. If you watch any like good meepos, like I know Stars does this because Tori, like he always plays in my pubs. He just picks this meepo. If you're winning the lane, like he's gonna trade with you, right? And then once he hits 3, he's just gonna like heal up a meepo, port him back to base, and then port him back, and then everything you like worked for is just gone. And then you're just gonna push out your wave in jungle. So I think this is like now meepo's time to shine, right? He's already level 4. He's gonna go jungle, and he's just gonna get a huge advantage over the invoker.
He seems to be chilling. I think he's intent to just maybe try to deny. Like,
Yeah, he does.
something else.
Lycan getting in trouble bottom here. Okay, he's fine.
Pops the salve. Oh, Centaur with a double stun on top lane. That's huge. Might be able to kill his CM. Oh no, he went return level 2. Actually, no double edge. Little unusual.
I don't think he would have died if he double edged him then.
Would have been close. Double edge was 175 at level 1. Oh, lanes are turning out pretty passive though. I mean, everyone's kind of just farming. They might go on top actually. They are. CM pops a mango, roots the Centaur, try to orb walk him down, but
There's no more regen. He's dropping Tango Salve in the base. This Phoenix is gonna pick up.
We see Drow Ranger doing the same thing, buying South Tango. Definitely gonna be using the courier next to try to get it.
Centaur's gonna go down here.
Pretty bad death, I think. He stayed too far along.
Yeah,
He
definitely
shot
overstayed as
frostbitten
well.
and died.
And he's gonna TP back to lane. Doesn't buy, not buying any more regen.
Mid, Invoker is getting gone by the Meepo.
Oh, the Phoenix has his regen.
Invoker's dead.
Stars
The
Dota.
Meepo's gonna port out. No. Pretty well played with the Meepo.
You guys think this guy's using macros or what?
Yo, come on now. He's not a cheater.
This,
He's not
this
like
is an
Alien
NA
Man.
Dota. He's gonna go down on the Meepo though.
That's
That's
a
a
big
3-man
play.
gank.
Stayed too far up.
Radiant's
I don't think he expected to be charged and have a CM there as well.
Yeah.
Kind of unfortunate. Might ask for a ward. He does have a ward actually.
Yeah, he does.
Firing that.
He in this Lycan is free farming though, that's what I will say. He's definitely not really being pressured at all. He's just chilling in the bot lane. They did lose all 4 bounty runes on the side of blue Pikachu. Think, well maybe, no, Ryan Reed might be going for 1.
Gonna get one.
Dire's bottom tower is
I feel like that was a big mistake by Bermudan Frogs. Instead of chasing that over, they could have just backed off, got the bounty rune. It's
Alright, I'm
definitely worth more
restarting
gold
my
than the
game.
overkill. Meanwhile, you know, top lane, there's a catapult wave pushing in on this Drow Ranger. It'll be interesting to see if they decide to dive with the Centaur and the Phoenix. Pretty important for this Drow to try to get this catapult off his tower.
Dire's
Well, meanwhile on bottom, actually, they're going on Ryan Ree on the Lycan, looking for a bash on Spiritbreaker.
He blocked
I think they're
himself
gonna
with
be
the
able to find
wolves.
Oof.
It's gonna be
Oh no. Oh,
And the
first hit
bash.
bash. And he goes
gonna go
down.
down. A whole chat from Pingu.
Yeah. Little classic.
And Bermuda Frogs with a 2k gold lead at 6 minutes. The Reaper overcommits here. I think he might regret this. Yeah, he might be going down.
Does.
Certainly an interesting dive. Would almost call
Bid
it
on the
a
Invoker.
throw.
Super low. Same with the
Meepo
Meepo.
also.
11 HP. Maybe a crazy Sunstrike might come out. Should
That'd be a
fine.
really big kill for the Invoker if he will find it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ballion's getting pressure. There's a catapult there.
Kevin's going down to stars. Finds a pick off.
Sometimes you're just walking in the river as a Crystal Maiden and 5 Meepos show up at 7
Stars
minutes.
might gank top lane with these illusion runes. They don't realize that they can, you know, bring the Meepo here with the illusion rune, maybe.
Should be fine.
Kevin saw his illusions. He should know that he can.
This is some impressive illusion micro.
Yeah, that was. I'm a Meepo player. That
They're
was
dead.
pretty. I mean, he definitely could have killed the Crystal Maiden then too if he had just been watching the minion.
Bottom
Lane,
lane.
They're going on Renry. They go down. The Ogre might go down too if he's not careful. Stun coming up in 2. He is still as a mango swap.
It's a level 3 stun.
He goes down as well.
This Venja offlane's working out pretty well.
This
He's
Invoker
202.
is also like free farming. Like his Meepo has done pretty much nothing to him, and Invoker's actually like ahead in CS at 8 minutes of the Meepo. I don't know if that's how this match is. I don't feel like that's how this matchup's supposed to go.
I
like,
think
at all.
the Meepo's been too greedy and not been like denying creeps at all. He's poking at his game a lot, but he's not even ahead of the Invoker.
Yeah, he's actually
Probably.
below the Invoker net worth. I feel like that's like I don't know.
Bottom
that's,
again,
like, not acceptable.
Sunstrike. It's not enough. Pingu's getting low. No more net.
Meepo's rotating in to try to get a kill on the Spearbreaker. Might charge out
Just
though.
charge
Doesn't
up
get a
in
good
one.
net. Oh, he didn't net. Just walked right into the Spirit Breaker.
It was
Unfortunately.
CD for a little bit,
Oh, okay.
but if he microed it and had it a little further away, he could have got it.
A rough call. It's not too easy to do that.
Yeah.
You know
Centaur
what's
is level
happening,
6
but-
now. So we should be looking top lane. Eventually they will dive on this Drow Ranger. If it was me, this Lycan should be in the top lane. I think right now it's his timing to go top.
He's going for this bot tower. Nice net. Cancels the charge where the swap comes out into the shapeshift.
The
And it's a
Venge might
quick
go down.
medallion on the Avenge.
Odd Sunspring.
Oh, and the charge on the shapeshift. This is
Oh, he's
epic.
chasing him. They're literally the same
Gonna
move
get him.
speed.
What?
All right.
Cancels? I guess.
Backing off.
Too scared.
I still don't like that play. I think he should be using his ulti to take top tower, but
Yeah.
you know, by staying bottom like that, he died like I think 1 or 2 times when he shouldn't have, and now he's like kind of stuck in the bot lane because he doesn't have his ulti for another like 70 seconds, so he doesn't really want to make a rotation to the top tower. I feel like it was like a pretty big mistake from Blue Pikachu in slowing their game down.
Phoenix, try to make a play on the Crystal Maiden. He's gonna live with 7 HP. That never feels good. And then he's gonna go down. Drow's game is actually not that bad either. He's having a pretty nice time. 201. He hasn't even died.
Phoenix by the tome. Is he gonna wait for it? Oh, it'll be just about 6. I think he's waiting for it. He's got it. Alright. This is a feels bad, but you don't have boots on Phoenix at 10 minutes. It's
Do
Or
this
something
Phoenix.
Radiant. Are super poor.
What would you look to do in this game, Alex? If you were the Phoenix.
I mean, like you said, this Lycan, having a Lycan on your team, you definitely want to abuse and get this tower early, especially against that Drow. That's like a free tower. But now that I have my ultimate, I'd be looking to use it. Probably either, if this tower was gone, probably take a fight. Probably be able to kill this Venge super easy with Supernova. Probably avoid this Invoker right now.
I mean, it looks like they're trying to make a play on top, but it's the Meepo that's making the rotation, not the Lycan. Lycan seems content to just chill in the jungle, farm it out. They are trading the tier 1 top for the tier 1 mid, but Centaur actually decided to TP into mid, maybe try to defend this tower with the Lycan ulti.
Centaur
Oh,
will
comes
take
the
double
Stampede. One single stun on the Drow. Here comes the Lycan. They eat some faces.
Lycan might go down.
Oh,
He's
but
not careful.
Pinu's coming in. Ryan Reed's just gonna get blown up.
Meepo's
Ogre's
keeping in
pretty
too.
low.
They swapped the Ogre in, Meepo's on the back line, he's got
Oh,
full
the
fade,
triple net.
level 10.
Triple stun.
Centaur with a huge stun, huge double edge.
That's all Meepo. And Phoenix shows up, but it's a little too late, but
That was
they
a
didn't even
huge
need him.
Centaur stun.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
A
I mean,
really
he only
nice
got
TP
that
by
stomp
Meepo.
because of the net, right?
Yeah, he got a 3-man Earthbind, and then he just walked up and pressed Q. It was looking really good for Dire, and then the Meepo TP changed the whole fight.
Well, at this point in the game, they didn't actually get the mid tower, so it's kind of tough to decide what to do because, you know, they definitely feel like they want that mid tower, but because they didn't get the first time, they might, you know, run back at it, or they might just decide that, you know, they don't need it and they're just gonna kind of farm it out. It'll be interesting to see what they do next. Looks to me like they're smoking with Drow, Venge, CM. Drow's probably just gonna show in the mid lane, doesn't want to really be in the
DD
smoke.
bottom as well.
Well, if they catch this Meepo, oh,
No, they scout out Chives in the bottom lane with their ward, and they're
Yeah.
booking it for him. I think this is
Yep.
a good rotation. You get the tower as well.
They're smoking a pop to the Centaur.
Radiant's mid
They spot him out.
bottom tower has fallen.
Spear Breaker ult committed for that. I'm not sure if it was necessary, but that's a super long cooldown, level 1.
well, they might go in mid right now. Same multis pop. Ogre might just go down. Phoenix is diving out. But he is charged.
I
Breaker
cancel
eventually
it.
does decide he's not going for it.
His top tower is under attack.
The Meepo, he's going first out of Mew Blade. What do you do? You think that's better than going for a blink?
I mean, I don't think so. I think it's too farm heavy. Like,
Radiant's middle tower
you give up too much. Like, his reasoning has to be that like he doesn't need the blink dagger because he has a centaur, and you know, if you look at Bermudan Frog's lineup, they don't really have a good way to disengage from this centaur ulti, right? Like, if centaur ultis and Meepo just runs at them, like they have like I guess tornado, but all their spells are really committal. They have Silence Tornado. That's like the only like disengage they have. If they swap, the Venge's committed. If they Spearbreaker charge, the Spearbreaker's committed. So a lot of the ways they have to take fights are very committal. Meaning that maybe he doesn't really feel like he needs a blink to get the catch needed. Like he just centaur ulti, you know, runs at them, and it's enough. I'm
Blue
not sure if I
Pikachu
fully agree, but
had
yeah.
2 really nice observer wards. One of them just got dewarded.
Bot the Meepo,
deep in the
he's getting a
jungle.
cold snapped. Proof's getting cancelled. And silenced.
He's
Meepo's gonna
done.
go down. A really big kill. He's gonna be dead for a long time.
Only 365 gold. What?
Gives a lot of experience.
Yeah.
This Invoker and the Drow and the Spearbreaker.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Venge is going for Helm of Dom after Medallion. I'm not sure if I super into that.
I think he just wants to be an aura carrier. He's I'd say he's like supposed to be their initiator, right? Spearbreaker I think is gonna like charge in and maybe start the fight, but I think he wants to have a build where he can swap a hero in and he's gonna be like in the middle of the other team and he should be able to live for a couple of seconds to allow his like team to get off maybe an invoker combo or drow silence or the Spearbreaker to finish the charge. It also has combos with your swap. Because if you have a centaur or something, you can swap into your own stun. There's a couple of good things.
They're liking ulting to go on Pingu in the top lane.
I don't think they can respond.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna have to give this tier 2 up. They weren't ready for the play.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Seems like they are coming into fight. Drow Rangers TPing in, CM's TPing in right in top of them. Phoenix Egg is put down. They're gonna focus the Phoenix Egg in time.
Now it's gonna pop.
They do lose the
Frog
power,
can do it.
however, but they are able to get 3
Spearbreaker
kills
goes
on the
right
back
to
line.
mid to charge, but Meepo's gonna
Meepo's-
poof away.
Got his E-Blade finish.
Yeah.
I'm surprised or I'm like wondering what he's gonna queue up next.
I
This
was hoping it's the
Invoker-
Shadow Blade, but he's going Blink.
Invoker has like a full Ags, plus like 1,000 gold too. These is like ultra farmed. Both
And
these
a
mid-
Midas.
They're gonna go into Roche.
They're gonna go
they
for
have the
Roche on
medallion.
here. This could be a disaster, but this could also be a huge play if they're
Phoenix
able to
knows.
succeed.
They have the ward. The Radiant has this Observer ward here, scouting all this out.
They're gonna have to back, but this is gonna feel really, really bad because Meepo can take Roche extremely fast.
Yeah.
I think they still have to stay around the area. They committed too much health.
One problem is they don't have a blink on the Meepo, so he can't sneak in there very easily. Once he has that, it's a little different.
Bermudan Frauds is smoked up. You're gonna
Pingu's
find a
in.
Lincoln.
They're gonna catch Ryan Ree.
Yep. The Phoenix might go
Another
down.
Phoenix?
deep in
Meepo's
the
coming
back
around
line.
on the flank, but he's not gonna be here for a
Kai's
little while.
is getting chunked down by Sheer. Stars is trying to come in on the back line.
And it's Auron and Stars is gonna just try to get out.
Could be a
Warman
free
will-
Roche. They might lose their top tier 3 though.
No, the Drow's
It's
going
gonna
up
poof
there.
out.
I don't think they can go for Roshan with just the Game Invoker Drow. I think it's too risky. I think they're just going to play it safe. Stars is going for the Blink Dagger now after this E-Blade, so, you know, he's finally, I think, realizing he needs to actually have some sort of initiation if he wants to take these fights. But, I mean, right now, I think Dire are just playing these team fights really well. I think the Invoker's casting his spells pretty efficiently. I feel like the Centaur not having a Blink Dagger and the Meepo not having a Blink Dagger is like a huge problem for Radiant. They don't have like any sort of initiation, and it's made taking these fights in the first like 20 minutes of the game very difficult. I think this like, Vanguard cloak. I don't know why it has a ring of protection, but it's like way too greedy on the Centaur, and I think the E-Blade is also like way too greedy on this Meepo. Has just slowed their game down significantly. Okay, the admin has paused the game for some reason.
Well,
All right, very cool.
classic Lewis.
Classic.
I think the thing that's very important is this Roche fight. Both teams have like lineups that want Roche, right? You have a Lycan and a Meepo on the Radiant. You have a Drow, right, on Dire and a Venge. But so both of these teams want this early Aegis, and I think whoever gets the first Roche is going to be in like a super good position for the next like 10-15 minutes of the game. Because if Radiant gets it, I think they could actually just like get all the outer towers and maybe even a Rax if they play it correctly. And I think if Dire takes it, they're going to extend the game long enough for Radiant's options of like any of the game to be very limited.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Dire is taking a smoke here. They might walk into them. There's a great Radiant Observer ward for this fight if they do end up walking uphill here or something like that. But they have a
Lycan's
charge on
coming
the
in from
ogre.
behind.
They're on low ground. I think it's a really bad fight for Dire.
They got the egg. Drop the egg. Going for the Sunray. Meepo's dead.
But Meepo's dead. Boker might
Boker's
be caught, though.
Boker's
Yeah,
going down.
getting
Nice
gone,
ghost
huh?
walk, but he has the Necro level 3, and he knows it's dead.
This is going to be a full team wipe on Dire.
Surprisingly, with the Meepo going down right away. Ryan Ree picking up the slack.
That was just a very kind of poor executed fight from Dire. They were on the low ground. They didn't commit fully on the ogre to secure the high ground positioning by the Radiant Ancients, and instead they kind of took the fight back to the river and then kind of got collapsed on from that nice position where Radiant had a ward by the Dire Ancients. And they're kind of just chilling.
Pingu making a clutch play, sends his Hog Creep down bottom, picks up 2 bounties, so salvaging the fight a little bit.
Gunnar, I'm interested to hear, what do you think about this bot's kind of
I was
first
just
item
looking
after
at that. I don't really like it. Like, he has 4,000 of his gold, so he's like, 40% of his gold has gone into 2 items. This like Midas and this bots that like do nothing. I think if he had maybe a 4-staff that fight, or if he had maybe a Yule's, or like maybe he had this Blink, or even like maybe a BKB, or if he had like any like
So
items
charge
that
up to the
did
top
anything.
lane onto the Meepo right now.
Yeah, they see the Meepo. This is extremely...
He's gonna run.
He's gonna back.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Ryan Ree's gonna get out as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he just has too much gold and like useless. There's gonna be a fight.
Oh, there's
there.
gonna be a
Auron
fight,
goes
definitely.
for the D ward. He immediately gets tornadoed up into the frostbite. Looks like he's
Charge
gonna go
through the
down.
Spirit
Double A
Breaker.
charges and a little further.
There's no ult on Spirit Breaker.
Still level 1 ult on Phoenix. Sunstrike off
Oh,
the
they
mark.
might catch the Lycan here.
Buyback.
Oh, Lycan does have ult though. 1 second. He's gonna go down. Chives is gonna find Kevin on the Crystal Maiden. Egg drops. Egg drop. And they're gonna catch the Invoker. Drow's gonna try to TP out, and there's a Hoof Stomp in time. He's gonna go down, and it looks like a disaster for the Dire team.
Yeah, I don't think you can chase that far after you, I guess you try to stop the ogre from dewarding, but then you're chasing like in between a tier 1 and a tier 2 by a shrine, like they're gonna
Yeah.
respond and they're gonna bring 5 barrels, and especially when you didn't really have a clean jump, you had like a very mediocre jump on like an ogre that wasn't really an important target.
Doge just dozing. And it's gonna be a
It's a
free rush
quick
for this
rush.
Meepo. That's scary. Looks like he's got an ultimate orb.
Look at Pingu drawing the X. He drew the X over the area and then pinged it. He knows.
Yeah, Pingu
Couldn't be
pinged
there.
it.
Yeah, he drew an X. He literally drew an X on the map over that area of the map. It was like, bad area. Don't go here. Like, this is not good.
So they learned their lesson. That's the most
Yeah, they've
important
learned their
part.
lesson.
And I'm not a huge fan of this this position for Spirit Breaker at all. I just don't see like. I know they just first pick it every game because that's their style, but it just seems really out of place this game. Just my opinion.
Oh, Drow. I don't know if... he should be going for this. He gets netted up, tornado by Invoker.
They're gonna leave him. Sunray comes out into the Centaur ult into a
double
two-man
stun.
hoof stomp.
They're just delaying this Meepo
Invoker
top.
just dips. And Double A tries to finish the Phoenix off, but it's just not enough. Earn charge ticking, not enough damage.
Oh man, if Invoker... Okay, so I want your opinion on this as well. If Invoker had the Cold Snap cooldown, the Meepo actually would have died as well there. But he has the Forge Spirit summoned. Which do you think is better, Gunner? And maybe do you
I
think...
take Cold Snap every single game.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just too value. Yeah, I was watching that. There was a 2-second cooldown on Cold Snap on going in. His Tornado was cooldown.
Yep.
The Drow Silence was 1-second cooldown. The Meepo just kind of poofed out of top.
Yep.
It would have been the Aegis would have been gone. They wouldn't have killed him twice because he would have appeared at his main Meepo, which was at the
Yeah.
shrine area. But it still would have been an Aegis for free.
How do you feel about that Invoker just porting out of there, though? Was he addressing something, or is he...
Yeah,
there was a
top.
tier 3 being pressured top by the Meepo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If they don't, if he
Nice.
doesn't TP out, like they lose their top tier 3 and
Okay.
probably your axe.
Okay.
This Drow
Ooh.
Ranger is being ran at by 3 smoked heroes. This could be really bad.
Spirit
breaks
Breaker gonna
the-
tank it?
He's charging
No.
through. This might be a really bad fight for
Save your
Radiant.
friend.
Invoker's boxing in.
Oh.
He hits a double tornado.
Lycan has
Nice
no ult.
EMP. Shapeshifts on cooldown for another 15. They're gonna actually catch the Centaur, it looks like. Maybe. Stars shows up now. Kevin goes down. Phoenix dives in, and the Supernova is used, but Drow ends up getting out, so it's a 2-for-1 trade. And it looks like the call's being made to push the tier 3 top.
Meepo does have this sheep stick, so he's probably going to look for a jump on maybe the Invoker or the Venge. And can I just try to quickly burst them and then turn that into a Rax?
There it is.
Jump on the Drow with the sheep stick, going fully in.
Drow got some
BKB
BKB off.
though. Buyback from Spirit Breaker. He's charging in.
Lycan's running at the Drow Ranger on the back line. He gets swapped by the Vengeful Spirit.
Sunray's
Ice Ball
just
down on
healing
the Lycan.
everybody up.
Meanwhile, though,
Oh,
they're
and the
losing
nice
the Rax.
snare might find him the kill. No.
The Drow's gonna get out. They're diving really deep on Radiant.
Yeah, but they still have this Stars Meepo with Aegis. He's gonna come
Those
back
is
in.
going
He's
in.
gonna kill the Venge with the Hex.
Sunray.
This Drow just alright.
And that's a
Rampage.
Meepo. Maybe you want to consider banning the Meepo against Blue Pikachu. Double Rampage. Is he going back in? Nope, Aegis is out now.
Alright. Well, all of a sudden,
This is looking like Gigi.
yeah, it's looking like
And this Sunray just heals all the Meepos.
I think it's just over.
I would. Oh man, blink in. Invoker's in as well.
Kingu just steps up a little bit too much, and now they're gonna find a kill on the Invoker, who now has a dieback.
Bearberger's charging in. Alright.
I just want to call it. I think it's over. Yep, and they
Yeah,
are.
there you go.
GG. Okay, so we got a new contender in this league. It's Blue
I don't
Pikachu.
know what, like, Dyer, like, saw his second pick Meepo, and then drafted, like, no AoE spells for this, like,
They thought maybe the
this
Invoker
Meepo.
was
Like,
enough.
I don't know.
I think Dyer had a pretty good laning stage.
Yeah.
They had a pretty good early game, and then that dive on the tier 2 top set them up for failure because they throw away their advantage. They get team wiped. They give away the Roche, and once this Meepo gets Roche, the game's looking almost over. They won the game 5 minutes after Roche.
Yeah. That's a pretty good assessment of what happened. Regarding what Bermudan Frogs has to do next game, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it was a Meepo problem. I think they just, like, considering they second picked this Meepo, I feel like they didn't draft well the Meepo, like, around the Meepo well. I think they might have gone into that draft with the idea of, like, picking Drow Ranger, and I think the Drow Ranger is kind of fine, but definitely they didn't adapt to the rest of the, the rest of the picks. Like, you can't really pick the Venge, I think, into that Meepo. It's just way too greedy. I think you need something with some AoE. And then even then, you had, like, in my opinion, better carries than Drow to deal with this Meepo. I mean, you could have picked a lot of other heroes that maybe would have dealt with the Meepo better or kind of helped out.
Yeah, I just feel like yeah, it's like a first phase Meepo, and there really weren't too many answers for it at all. The answer with a Drow in response, which, like I said, I don't think she has time against this Meepo lineup because the Meepo just wants to get the first Aegis and win the game, or even like the second Aegis, and you just don't have that kind of time with the Drow Ranger to
Yeah.
farm the items to deal with them.